In the last class, we have seen about the instrumentation amplifier and its applications, and we have seen the two different types of instrumentation amplifier. One is the 3 op amp instrumentation amplifier and another one is the instrumentation amplifier using transducer bridge. So in this class, we are going to see about the I2V and V2I converters. I2V means current to voltage converter, V2I means voltage to current converter, and the introduction to the filters we are going to see. Let us see the circuit for the current to voltage converter. This is the op amp based current to voltage converter. In this, the input signal is the current signal. I is the input current that is going to apply for our operational amplifier. So in this operational amplifier, it is working like a inverting amplifier, and here R is the feedback element that is connected between the output side to the input side of our op amp. The same current IA will passes through the feedback resistor R also, because the input current for our op amp is 0. According to the virtual ground concept, here VA is equal to VB is equal to 0, as VB is connected to the 0, therefore VA is equal to VB is equal to 0. So let us see, in current to voltage converter, the output voltage is proportional to the input current. Here output voltage is proportional to the input current. Output voltage must be V0 is proportional to the input current IA. So V0 proportional to IA we have to derive at the end of this derivation. Okay, V0 is equal to A into input current II, where A is the gain of the amplifier. So VA is equal to VB is equal to 0 according to the virtual ground, and I current can be given as II is the current flowing here. So VA minus V0 divided by the R. So here the current flowing in the resistor, the feedback resistor RF, can be given as VA minus V0 divided by the R. So we know that VA is equal to 0, that's why it becomes minus V0 by R. Therefore V0 can be written as, so if you rearrange this, V0 is equal to minus I into R, minus I into R. So V0 is proportional to the II current. We can say V0 is proportional to II current, where R is the proportionality constant if you assume. So V0 is proportional to II, output voltage is proportional to the input current II. So that we can say this circuit is working like a current to voltage converter. Current to voltage converter is also called as current controlled voltage source or trans impedance amplifier. This current to voltage converter is also called as current controlled voltage source or trans impedance amplifier. Okay, so the applications of the current to voltage converter are digital to analog converter and detecting the current through the photosensitive devices. These are all the main applications using the current to voltage converter. So it's mainly using in the digital to analog converters. Okay, so let us move into the voltage to current converter. Voltage to current converter. So this voltage to current converter is divided into two parts. One is the floating load V2I converter, voltage to current converter, and another one is the grounded load V2I converter. The floating load, in the sense we can say this load is not directly connected to the ground terminal. So that type of loads are called as floating load V2I converters. So let us see the circuit for voltage to current converter for the floating load. So here this one is called as RL, is the load resistance which is connected in the feedback path. Okay, so here the feedback resistor itself act like a load. This type of load is called as floating load. So IL is the current flowing in the load resistor RL, and VL is the voltage flowing in the load resistor, and R1 is the input resistance, and II is the input current flowing in the resistance R1. VI is the input voltage. Okay, so as it is the voltage to current converter, input signal is the voltage. Okay, So in the non-inverting amplifier case, the VI is applied to the non-inverting terminal, and here IL is the current, IL is the load current, and RL is the load resistance, R1 is the input resistance, and the II current will flow here. Okay, so let us see, as the input current of op amp is 0, we can say IL is equal to II. As the input current for the op amp is 0, therefore this entire II current will flow in the load resistance. No current will flow in this branch. Okay, so the current II can be given as voltage divided by the resistance, VI divided by R1, because actually it is VI minus VA or VB. Here is the node VA, right? So VI minus VA by R1. But according to the virtual ground concept, VA is equal to VB is equal to 0. So the VA got neglected. So IL is equal to VI by R1. This is the equation for I current. I current, and IL is proportional to VA. So from this equation we can say IL is directly proportional to the input voltage VI, so that we can say this circuit is working like a voltage to current converter. So here input signal is the voltage and the output signal is the current. IL is proportional to VI. Okay, this is about the floating load V to I converter. Next we will see about the grounded load V to I converter. So this is the circuit for grounded load voltage to current converter. In this one, this will be the load resistance. So initially I will explain you the total circuit. This is the operational amplifier. So this has a feedback through the resistor R. Okay, feedback path, and here is the R resistance, and IB is the current flowing into the op amp, which is 0 at the node. This is the node V2 and this is the node V1, and the input voltage VA is given through the resistor R, and the output voltage has been given to this node through the resistance R only. Okay, so I2 is the current flowing in this resistor, and I1 is the current flowing in this resistor R, and IL is the current flowing in the load resistor, and VL is the load voltage. And here also the input current for the op amp is 0, IB is equal to 0, and the output voltage for this type of amplifier V0 is equal to 2 into V1, because it is working like a non-inverting amplifier. The output voltage is equal to gain into the input voltage. Here the gain is equal to 2, as we are using the equal value of resistances as RF and R1. Okay, therefore the gain will becomes 2, because 1 plus RF by R1 will be the gain equation for non-inverting amplifier. So here RF and R1 both are same, R by R will becomes 1, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 into the input voltage V1. Here the input voltage V1 is at the node. Okay, V1 is the voltage at this node. So now we are going to calculate what is the voltage at this node. See, apply KCL at this node. So for this node, the incoming currents are I1 and I2, and outgoing currents are IL. As IB is equal to 0, only one outgoing current we are considering. IL is equal to I1 plus I2. Now we are going to calculate I1 and I2 in order to substitute in this equation. So IL is equal to, what is IL here? IL is equal to VI in minus V1 divided by the R plus V0 minus V1 divided by the R. Okay, so IL is the load current which is equal to I1, right? I1 is equal to this one, VI minus V1 divided by R, and this one is the I2 current, V0 minus V1 divided by the R resistance. Simplify the equation. R into IL is equal to VI in minus V1 plus V0 minus VI will comes to us. Therefore, so here if you simplify this equation, R into IL is equal to VI in minus V1 plus V0 minus V1. So minus V1 will becomes minus 2V1. So VI in minus 2V1 plus V0 and the 2V1 can be rearranged as 2V1 is equal to V0 plus VIN minus ILR. So V1 is equal to V0 plus VI minus ILR by 2. So this is the voltage equation, input voltage V1 of this entire amplifier. Now we are going to calculate the gain. So the gain of op amp in non-inverting mode is given as A is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. So here RF and R values both are same, which is equal to R. That's why R by R is equal to 1. So the gain will be equal to 2 and the output voltage is equal to, which is gain into input voltage 2 into VI or V1. So here VI is nothing but V1. Therefore V0 plus VIN minus ILR. Okay, actually by 2 is there for V1. Therefore V0 is equal to V0 plus VIN minus ILR. The both sides we have V0, which will get cancelled. Therefore the VIN can be equal to IL into R. Therefore VIN or IL is equal to VIN by R. So we can say IL, the load current, is directly proportional to the input voltage VI or VIN. The output current is proportional to the input voltage. So that we can say this circuit is working like a voltage to current converter. Voltage to current converter. Input voltage is controlling the output current. Okay. The applications of V2I converter are given as low voltage DC voltmeter, low voltage AC voltmeter, and diode tester and match finder, and Zener diode tester, etc. These are all the different applications of voltage to current converter. Okay, so let us see about the next important topic or B part of our subject, which is filters. Let us see about the filters. What is filter? A filter is a frequency selective circuit that passes a specified band of frequencies and blocks or attenuates signals of frequencies outside this band. Okay, so in general we can say the filter is a circuit which passes a specified band of frequencies and rejects or attenuate the remaining frequencies. Okay, so the filter may be classified on a number of ways. So why we use filter? In order to pass some specific frequencies, we use the filters. Suppose in general in a radio or TV, we have to see only one channel, one particular channel, and in the coaxial cable we may get the different channels. Okay, so these different channels are arranged in a different frequency levels, but our TV should show only one particular channel. That particular channel has one particular frequency. That frequency should be given to the display device of our TV, right? So this can be done by using the filter. When we use a filter at that place, that filter will process that particular channel frequency only, so that it will be displayed on our TV screen. Okay, so this is one of the example for the filter, and the one more example in order to eliminate the noise. Okay, in order to eliminate some band of frequencies, the noise in the particular band of frequencies, we use the filters. These filters are classified in a number of ways. See, analog or digital filter. One is a passive or active filter. Audio or radio frequency filter. Audio or radio frequency filter. These are all the different types of filters classification. Analog or digital, active or passive, audio or radio frequency filters. So the most commonly used filters are low pass filters, high pass filters, band pass filter, and band reject filters, and all pass filter. These are all the most commonly used filters. So low pass filter, which passes only low frequency signals, and we already know high pass filter, band pass filter, and band reject filter and all pass filter. We will see one by one. First one is a low pass filter. The low pass filter will pass only the low frequency signals and attenuate the high frequency signals. So this is the frequency response of a low pass filter. So this is called as a pass band. From the 0 Hz to FH is called as the pass band of the low pass filter, and greater than FH is called as the stop band. Up to the pass band, we will have a more gain. And the gain will decreases in the stop band. Okay, this is about the low pass filter. And let us see the response of high pass filter. In this high pass filter, 0 to FL, so up to the FL frequency, we will have the stop band, and greater than FL, we will have the pass band. So in this stop band range, we will get the minimum gain. In the pass band, the gain will be the maximum. Let us see the band pass filter. The band pass filter allows only certain band of frequencies. See this band of frequencies here. This band pass filter will have one pass band and two stop bands. This one is a pass band and these two are the stop bands of the band pass filter. So here we will have the two gain decrements in the stop bands. The gain decreases here also as well as here also. We will get the decrement in the gain, and in the pass band we will get the maximum gain. So these type of band pass filters are most widely used in order to propagate this certain band of frequencies. And the next one is band reject filter. Band reject filter, which is just the opposite to the band pass filter. So in the band reject filter, it has one stop band and two pass bands. So in the stop band, the gain is minimum or 0, and in the pass bands, the gain is maximum. So this type of filters will attenuate certain frequencies and pass the remaining frequencies. Here this resonant frequency or this notch frequency will be rejected by the filter, and the remaining frequencies will be passed by the filter. And the last type of the filter is all pass filter. All pass filter, which will pass all type of frequencies. All frequencies will be passed by this type of filter. So if you see, the blue color sinusoidal signal is the input signal and the red color sinusoidal signal is the output signal. The both signals are equal in amplitude and frequency, but there is a phase shift between input and output signals. So the all pass filter will produce the phase shift, and remaining the amplitude and frequency will be remains constant. This will be used in a telecommunications in order to avoid the delays. So these are all about the classification of filters, different types of classification of the filters. So we studied about the low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, and band reject filter, and all pass filters. So we will see deeply into these all filters one by one in the next class.